What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / factotum Bertrum. Say hello, Bertrum.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is our review for Super Mario Odyssey. So, dear viewer, if you wouldn't mind, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So, Super Mario Odyssey originally released in 2017, a year I remember fondly as the year I accidentally rubbed my Colonel Mustard against Princess Peach's peach.
How did you do that?
Well, you see, Bertram, I thought it was the stable boy Brian, and I thought he'd put a dress on and a wig to, impress me, entice me to follow him into the barn. So I naturally went up behind him, or who I thought was him, rubbed my Colonel Mustard against his peach, and lo and behold, they turned round and it was actually Princess Peach herself in the flesh.
And what happened next?
Oh, I won't bore you with the details, Bertram. Princess Peach slapped me, threatened to tell my wife. Then there was a lawsuit from Nintendo for abusing one of their characters and all that garbage. Anyway, we're not here to discuss that. We're here to discuss Super Mario Odyssey. So, what is Super Mario Odyssey? Haha, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. This is probably the 1000th Super Mario game ever released. And what separates this one from other Mario games is one, it's in 3D. Now yes, I know there are other 3D Mario games, but not only is it in 3D, but it introduces a mechanic where you can use your hat to possess other characters, like enemies and stuff. Then you can walk around as the enemy and attack other enemies, or smash blocks, or get to places Mario can't get to, all of that fun stuff. Now, I will just say here and now, dear viewers, that I'm not the biggest Super Mario fan in the world. Though this month I have played 2 Super Mario games, and they have both been bloody fantastic, so maybe I'm going to change my opinion on the Super Mario series very quickly. Now, prior to this month, I had, of course, played, the original Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario 64, which I don't care for. I think I played Super Mario Sunshine, can't remember it. I think I played Super Mario Galaxy, can't remember it. But I do know that I played Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Wii, and Super Mario 3D World on the 3DS and on the Nintendo Wii U. And I quite enjoyed Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
That sounds like a kung fu move.
What does?
Wii U.
Oh yes! Now that you brought that up, Bertram, it does rather. Wii U! Ha! Wii U! Ha! Wii U! Ha! Get away from me, Princess Peach! Ha! Wii U! Ah, yes, Bertram. I shall remember that for the next time someone tries to steal my wallet. I will turn round and give them a bit of the Wii U action. Anyway, so story. Princess Peach gets abducted by Bowser, shock horror. He wants to marry her, shock horror. I wonder what the hell the children would look like.
That would be a shock horror.
Oh, indeed, Bertram, indeed. I've seen some ugly children in my time, but I think Princess Peach and Bowser would have probably the most ugly children in the entire universe. So basically, as Mario, you have to travel through several worlds, take on bosses, do lots of platforming, And eventually you'll get to Bowser's castle, and then eventually the bloody moon itself, and you'll have a big final confrontation with Bowser, save Princess Peach, and you get a fantastic ending sequence. And speaking of the ending sequence, it was very, very, very good. In fact, it might be my favorite ending in a Mario game ever. Not only that, but the game had one of my favorite openings in a Mario game ever. Come to think of it, this gameplay might be my favorite gameplay in a Mario game ever. And I can probably say I had the most fun I've ever had playing a Mario game with this very Mario game. So that can only mean one thing, dear viewers. Not only am I recommending this bloody game, though most of you have probably already played it already, but I can now say that this is probably my favorite Super Mario video game of all time. So what else can I tell you about the game before I get the hell out of here? Now you have to collect moons to progress through the game, and you do that by either finding them in the environment, possessing a rabbit, which might give you a moon, going into a shop and buying the moon. This is one of those 3D platformers where progression is tied to item collection. So you have to get X amount of moons before you can move on to the next world, blah blah blah. This is all very standard 3D platformer fare, and while that's a mechanic I don't love, I am used to it with 3D platformers, so it didn't really hinder my enjoyment of this game. What else can I tell you? The boss fights are very good, though you do have to repeat several boss fights at least twice, so there isn't maybe as many unique boss fights as you like. There is a particularly fantastic one against a dragon though, and the final boss fight against Bowser is very good, though it's kind of the same as an earlier boss fight, so I would have maybe liked a bit more to it than that, but like I said, the ending's fantastic, so that more than made up for it. Anyway, you probably already all played this game anyway, so no point in me recommending it, but damn right I do recommend this game, so if you've not played it already, go and play it right now. Provided you have a Nintendo Switch. Or an emulator thing that can play Nintendo Switch games. So yes, this is my favorite Mario game, therefore I declare that Super Mario Odyssey is splendid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my totally not improvised review for Super Mario Odyssey. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertrum.
Goodbye, Bertram. You had to tell me more about this Princess Peach story.
Ha! Yes. Well, okay. So basically, I'm following Brian, the stable boy, into the barn. Then, are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.